much to give you guys a bit of a backstory, I made a video on Jake Paul's former manager Armani, where I detailed his criminal history and how he was kind of like lying to Jake Paul and everyone around him. And I think at the time I sent the video to a bunch of YouTubers being like, you should check this out because, you know, it's a pretty interesting story that no one's talking about. And I think one of the YouTubers I sent it to was Kavos, and he never responded to me. And then a couple months later, when Jake Paul and Armani's houses got raided by the FBI, Kavos puts out a video talking about the situation and brings up Armani. And when he brings up Armani, he takes the exact same clips I use in my video and pretty much uses those clips to argue the exact same points I made. So he pretty much watched my video, took my arguments, and backed those arguments up with the exact same clips I used from my video, which is plagiarism. That's how plagiarism works. He took my ideas and my research and my evidence and then passed it off as his own without citing me or referencing me in any way. So I think I'll play you guys this part of the video here. I think this is it. So you guys can just get caught up. Sorry. Let's just do this. Okay. 2. I'm a victim of Kavos' thievery. During the whole Jake Paul FBI raids and the Arman Azadi situation, Kavos made a video
Can you guys hear?
About the situation. And of course, if you guys are familiar with the channel, you would know that I have been researching and investigating Arman Azadi for a while and have made a few videos on him. My first video was posted well over a month before Kavos's. And I just want to compare some clips from my video and Kavos's video.
I'm only sending girls to dance, hang out, what my license allows for, right? And
wait. Are you playing a role right now? But they were all having sex though, right?
Listen, we're going back to the assumption.
In what point
Turn it
does
up a little
it
bit.
cross
Right.
over?
Because Armani earlier on in the podcast addresses what he believes
My
some
God,
of the
that looks
problems
so
with
weird.
thinking are.
My hair was short.
In what point does it cross over?
Wait, did you guys see that? Oh, don't worry, I'll show it again. We'll show it again.
In what point does it cross over? In what point does it cross over?
Yeah, you guys see that lag right there? Yeah, that comes from my really terrible PC that has a Ryzen 5 3600X and a 1060, all right? It's not a great PC. I'm looking to upgrade. Who cares? More importantly, he stole my clips! Okay, well that was pretty much it. And there was more examples of him using clips that were mine that, like, clips that I took from that video that he just ripped from my video, didn't even have the courtesy to go to that person's video and clip them and then use them in his video as evidence for the exact same arguments that I made. Okay, so now that you guys have sort of like that bit of context, let's get into these DMs. So I sent him the video and then I think I unsent it. I don't really remember. It was like 6 or 7 months ago or some shit like that. And it's kind of hard to read some of his DMs because they're he writes like a fucking idiot. And I kind of write like an idiot as well. I don't think I really give a shit about like using commas or proper punctuation. But I'll try my best to get through this. So I sent the video. And then on the day that the whole Armani Jake Paul FBI raid happens, he messages me. He's like, yo, just saw this. I've been looking into Armani too. The stuff you covered in your video, the pimp shit I found out, but what else is there? And then I gave him a little bit of a rundown of what it was. This is kind of irrelevant. I sent him my videos. And then this is what he messages me after he sees my video. And for some further context, just to let you guys know, Kavos has over 1 million subscribers, and my video wasn't even at over 1,000 views yet. So he DM'd me, a YouTuber with less than 12,000 subscribers and whose video was still below 1,000 views. And this is what he sends me. So he sends me a screenshot of that original text that I just showed you before, and then continues and says, completely ignored this for your video. I had this information on Armani for a while. Now, the information that he is referring to is my video that I sent him, where I did all the research. That's the fucking information he's talking about. He didn't do any of his own research. The information that he says he has, because he admits to it later, is my video. But all right. I don't steal your research and didn't steal... Wait, I don't steal research and didn't steal yours. Okay. Saying I stole your clips... you think you own Jordan Belfort's podcast? Which is the podcast that I took the clips from. Hold on, I'm just going to bring this down a bit. Are you trying to copyright strike me based on a clip that isn't even yours? So, if you watch the video, you can go back and watch the video. I never said I was going to copyright strike him. When has that ever been made? That accusation never happened. I know I can't copyright strike him. It's not my content necessarily. I'm saying the whole process of using my exact same examples to make the exact same argument is stealing my fucking points. And I just said it's stealing my clips, but it doesn't fucking matter. It's still obviously implied what you were doing was wrong. But I never said I was going to steal or I was going to copyright strike you. When was that ever said? This is stupid. Yeah, what's up, Melissa? How you doing, bro? Our videos are not the same. Keem covered the Armani drama too. You can't claim drama as your own. On top of this, you literally offered me information in the DM, convo. This is where it gets weird. In the DM, convo if you look back, which I didn't use or take. Complete ruins your argument completely. Okay. So, just to talk about this point for a second, which is so stupid. I never said I owned drama or I could claim the entire drama. I just said that if you're going to use the exact same points in my research and use the exact same examples I use after watching my video and admitting to watching my video, then at least shout me out or say this is where I got my information from. Otherwise, you are plagiarizing. That is how plagiarism works. On top of this, you literally offered me information in the DM. Yeah, and he didn't accept it. He didn't accept the information. So why is he acting like I gave him information? He didn't take it. The information I previously gave him was the other video. Then I offered him more information and he didn't take it. So he didn't even use this information in his video. I don't fucking get it. My argument is not ruined in any way. And bear in mind, guys, I haven't responded to anything yet. This is all him just fucking messaging me. It's crazy. So then he keeps going. Also, to respond to your Pokimane point, because I talked about him in one of my other Pokimane videos, Rutto 2020, no citation. That's crazy. It's insane. It's insane also. Also, to respond to your Pokimane point, so I'm guessing you watched my Pokimane video, I argued if the claim was legit. I don't really think this shit matters. This shit isn't important. Hold on. I argued that if the claim was legit, I didn't know it was criticism and a false claim, hence the change in stance. No. He made a different argument there, but I don't really care. If your videos were so similar to why didn't you actually compare the points I made, you say side by side? My video was over 10 minutes. You want to call me a thief because of the fact I used a clip from a Jordan Belfort podcast and I didn't even see your Pokimane video and didn't see you criticize me. I didn't respond because I'm busy and had a lot more going on in my life. You made some pretty big assumptions with very little evidence. Okay, and I admit in the video that I did make, I was speculating. However, this is kind of how it happened. I was messaging him with clear information that I had on Armani, which was the biggest news story in the world. Jake Paul's house raided by the FBI. Biggest news story in the world on YouTube and with mainstream media, right? On top of that, I clearly knew more about what was going on than anybody else in this entire industry because I had been investigating Armani for well over a month. And he was the only YouTuber that actually got back to me and contacted me. And I told him I was willing to give him information that I very clearly had because he thought that my He very clearly thought I did good enough research because he stole my points for his own video, right? So I was kind of confused. Well, why wouldn't he message me back after this? Like, he just stopped messaging me, right? So I was like, well, it's probably because I criticized him in a Pokemon video for being a hypocrite, which he was. Now, I still was making an assumption at the time, but I say, you know, I'm being speculative here. And then he continues, but yeah, that is just what, but yeah, that's it. Just wanted to say my piece. See ya. It is kind of hard to read these messages. So then at this point, I was just like, I woke up and I was just like, what the fuck? This guy just like let out like he just completely started venting to me. What the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, he sent me all of this crazy shit. Like, why is his ego hurt that much? You know what I mean? My video didn't even have 1,000 views. Like, I was so confused and I wanted to keep him on the line. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to keep him responding to me because the more he responds to me, the more content I have. So I just respond with, dude, do you not know what plagiarism is? Didn't you go to university? Because I thought that would really fucking piss him off. And then he continues. This is great. I think this part might be the best part. Look how much he messages. Dude, just fucking type a paragraph. Like, what is this? He's messaging me individual sentences. This is crazy. You think plagiarism is using the same clip as you? LOL, you are deluded. Clearly only just started commentary if you think that. Pretty self-entitled. You think if I reference the same source as someone at uni, it's plagiarism? Didn't take your points, made my own. So this is the stupidest thing I have ever heard, okay? Because let's take the information that we have. If you write a paper on the same topic as another person in your class, and you make the same arguments as another person in your class, and you cite and you back up those arguments citing the exact same sources as that other person in your class, the teacher would obviously be pretty skeptical and maybe would call those two students in to be like, what's going on here? And then if one of the students admitted that they read the other person's paper before writing their own, I think, yes, it would be considered plagiarism. If one of the students read the other person's paper, wrote the exact same arguments, and cited them with the exact and used the exact same examples to back up those claims, it would 1000% be considered plagiarism. That is literally how plagiarism works. Used my own sources and research. Now, I will admit, the video was like 10 minutes long, and half of the video was talking about currently what was happening with regards to the FBI raid, right? So anything that was talking about that was like his own like points, or I'm willing to say it was his own points because we don't know for sure. However, the other part of the video was him talking about Armani's past with the law, and all of that was based on my video. I'm just saying. Used my own sources and research. Didn't take the research you offered me. Now remember this for a second, because I don't do that. The amount of time my actual research has been taken, I can't even count. If I complained every time someone used the same clips as me, I would never stop complaining. You need to get over yourself. Show me the exact points I took, point for point, out of my 11-minute video. Why can't he write in paragraphs? This is so weird. You didn't because you can't. My Ellen videos, everyone said the exact same as me after, but that's commentary. I'm not claiming plagiarism because people, you know, it's funny because I showed a video, or at least I shouted out a video in my video that kind of shows that he was stealing other people's points in his Ellen videos, but okay, what did I say? I don't know. I haven't read these in a while. I said, did I not show in the video of, okay, hold on. Did I not show a video of you complaining because a literal child stole your clips and research? Also note how I credited the video I found it from. That part was great. If you watch the video, I put a little clip from another commentary channel's video, and it's a clip of Kavos on his like Instagram story or something like that, losing his fucking mind because a literal child, like a kid who looks like he's 10 years old, stole his points and his research for a video. And now he's coming out here saying that he doesn't complain when people do that, when a literal 10-year-old did it and he fucking blasted him on his Instagram page. I mean, it is funny. It is funny. And then he goes, my research, which he admitted to, like literally point for point my video, not a fucking clip. You are deluded. Offer me research. I don't use it. And then claim I'm a thief. Fucking madness. So we have to remember for a second here that he keeps saying I offered him research that he didn't take. And that's true. I think it was dumb that he didn't take it because I clearly knew so much about everything. But let's just remember that, okay? He's saying he didn't use any of my research. Okay, now I wonder if he's referring to also the video that I initially sent him. Let's continue. Keep the video up, I don't care. Like I was gonna fucking take it down. What's he gonna do? Copyright claim me? Copyright strike me? Like fucking idiot. But there's a reason it has a lot of dislikes, because you didn't present actual facts and proof. Just a clip because that's all you had, bud. It's just so dumb. So I respond, okay, you do realize that all the clips you used from the podcast you stole from my video. It's not just one clip, it's multiple. Also, the reason why it is plagiarism is because you use these clips to argue the exact same point in the exact same way I did. It's pretty obvious that you watched my video and took the research I did, specifically regarding how he treated women, and passed it off as your own, which is true. Go watch his video. He copies mine exactly. That is the definition of plagiarism. The fact that you don't understand this shows how deluded you are. Quotes, because he loves using that word so much. Also, you bring up dislikes as if there aren't 3 times as many likes on the video. Dude, it's actually sad how far you will go to discredit actual criticism. It's almost as if you can't take it. Fucking madness. Because he says fucking madness here. I was just dying. I just decided at this point I couldn't start trolling him. I'd actually have to give him some sort of like actual answer, or he would just think I was actually trolling. Which I wanted to piss him off, but I also wanted to be like, see how far down the rabbit hole he would go of stupidity. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? Armani's record with women was around for a while. The research I actually used was an old article. You can literally see all the sourced in my video because I show them. And you know, if you used them clips, it would have ruined your argument. What? I don't even get what he's saying. Is he trying to act like he didn't use the podcast clips? I'm so fucking confused, which is hilarious because I said I'm confused. I respond, I'm confused. Do you really want me to make another video where I just expose you even more? Because I was like, I could just go back and redo a video where I show all the points that you copied. I actually did you a favor by not showing all the fucking points that you copied. Dude, just accept that you plagiarized and move on. You've literally credited other people after using their clips before, and you cited your sources for the article. So why not cite my video? You clearly understand what plagiarism is. You're just too caught up in your own ego to admit it. You're lucky I'm not asking for an apology, lol. I knew that would piss him off. I put that at the end just to piss him off. It was so fucking, yeah. He loved that one. He responds, an apology? Aha. Are you dumb? Our videos are the same topic, but the videos are not the same. You think I plagiarized? Go prove it. What did I say? Oh, I already have, lol. My first video did, but I guess I'll have to do it again. I was too lazy to do it again. I didn't really give enough fucks. Showing a clip we both used isn't proof. And then I just was like, okay, like, this guy clearly is just denying reality at this point, right? I mean, he clearly is caught up in his own ego and thinks he can ego chow a smaller channel into stealing their fucking research, which he's probably done more than once. Like, if he's done it to me, he's definitely done it to other people for other videos, right? So at this point, I was just like, all right, what about the I'm Alex shit? You know what I mean? Like this conversation's really going nowhere, so what about this shit? What about the I'm Alex stuff? And then I go, also, just a question. Thoughts on the I'm Alex stuff? You completely ignored that part. What I'm Alex stuff? What I talked about in my video. I have addressed me and Keem. It is absolutely not the same. For reference, and just for a little bit of context here, Kavos hates and criticizes I'm Alex on the daily because I'm Alex perpetuated false sexual assault allegations. However, he refers to himself as friends with Keemstar, someone who repeatedly perpetuates false sexual assault and pedophilia accusations as recently as 2020, which was over like 6 months to a year after I'm Alex did it. But yet he only calls out I'm Alex and still considers Keemstar a friend, which is funny. And why is that? I respond. If you're referring to my hypocrisy because I'm friends with Keem, yep. I mean, like, why the fuck? Like, okay. I've addressed this before. I'm Alex never acknowledged his mistake at all. Keemstar has acknowledged and tried to rectify his mistakes. Not all of them, because there's multiple. You can't just look at one time Keemstar said I'm sorry and then just be like, well, he's good. You know what I mean? He then says, from what I've seen and the H3H2 videos, he has. And I'm like, okay, what about my fucking video where I show that he hasn't? Okay, he fucks up once. Shitty, but understandable. However, doing this multiple times is a serious problem. You guys know I hate Keem, so I'm gonna I gotta go into Keem whenever I can, you know what I mean? But he has still addressed his mistakes, whereas Alex has mistakes that aren't even 7 months old and hasn't acknowledged it. And I'm like, okay, so does Keemstar. As far as I'm aware, he doesn't. Trying to discount my I'm Alex video purely on the basis that I know Keem is weak. And then I go, I thought he was your friend. Ouch, don't tell him that. Because he went from being friends with Keemstar to just knowing him. You know what I mean? He knows who he is. They've met before. That your point is weak. I feel like I'm being trolled. And then I go, and then I actually respond, because whenever he starts hinting that he thinks I'm trolling him, I have to bring him back in with a serious conversation and then fuck with him a bit more. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I say, I never said what I'm Alex did was okay. It's just very obvious that you care about it for all the wrong reasons. You don't care about the actual accusations. You only care because he's involved. The fact that you are friends with someone who has falsely accused multiple people of many different things proves that. I'm Alex can definitely be criticized. It's just hypocritical coming from you. Buddy, it's just honesty. I gotta hit him with a little bit of the condescending stuff, you know what I mean? He's been so condescending to me, right? I gotta dish it out, you know what I mean? And then he goes, no, it isn't. I interviewed Slazzo, gave him a platform to finally say his side over a year after the event happened. Which doesn't address anything that I said here. I'm like, yeah, that is still hypocritical because you're friends with Keemstar. That's like saying, I don't want to go to too far of an extreme, but that's I don't know. I'm not going to give the example. It's just, that's the first thing that came in my head. It was just too extreme. Oh my God, Molly, should I write a J. Rutto Kavos fan? No, please don't do that. Sorry I'm not reading chat as much, guys. It's too much reading when I'm reading the DMs and chat. Anyways, continuing. I say, wait, ... You wouldn't pretend to care about something you already knew about? Wait, you wouldn't, and then I go, wait, you wouldn't pretend to care about something you already knew about, right? Because that's what he, that was his defense for what Keemstar did. He's like, well, I already knew about it, so I'm not going to pretend to be mad. Sounds like that's exactly what he's doing. He continues, I didn't know about it because it was an interview about him a year after. Other details I knew, but I also had new information from Clown. Is that Colossal is Crazy, I think? I think that's who it is. That no one knew, all before the interview even happened. And then I go, that doesn't matter, it's still the same situation. You know what I mean? It doesn't change the situation. And you already knew about it, so why are you talking about it? You know what I mean? And I just go, Dude, can you really not see the hypocrisy here? You attack and even try to cancel I'm Alex for false allegations while also being friends with someone who falsely accuses as if it's a hobby. Just admit you're mad he completely debunked your Philly D video. Because that's the only reason why I think he fucking hates I'm Alex. Is because I'm Alex made him look like a complete dumbass. And he has such a fucking, like, such a fucking ego on him that he can't take it. And he's still butthurt about it till now. What? I didn't even see that if he did, or I don't remember it. He remembers it. Let me tell you, he remembers it. I'm Alex has made countless mistakes that I have called him out for. And Alex in them early videos lied about me. Is this like the way British people talk? Can anyone, Nightshade, why the fuck does he keep saying, and Alex in them early videos? Like, why does he keep saying them there? Is this like a British thing? I can't figure it out. Anyways, so I continue. And at this point, guys, I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't really necessarily care about the I'm Alex shit. Like, it's just a point that to bring up in the video because it's like, well, you're kind of a hypocrite, but I'm like not like thoroughly invested in it like he is. Like, I don't have a fucking like, you know, like a detective board with string going everywhere. I just wanted to keep talking to him, and I don't think he would have kept talking to me if I kept bringing up the plagiarism shit. So I respond, I'm not saying you can't call him out for other things he's done. However, with this Slazo situation, it's just bad optics at this point. Also, you've lied in videos before. For example, the Philly D video. It's like, Alex lies in his videos. So have you, Kavos. Okay. The Philly D video was years ago. And that didn't even, the Philly D video years ago that I didn't even lie in wasn't a great video. He did lie. He literally lied. Okay? Like, I proved it, but okay. Wasn't a great video, I admit. Have done before, but I didn't just lie. I mean, you did, but okay. It's only a problem when I'm Alex does it. I'm starting to really understand the logic here. Also, can you just confirm that you did, in fact, watch my video before making yours? What did I lie about then? You linked me your video. So this is here. This is right here. He says that he didn't take any of the research that I gave him, right? So I'm like, okay, this conversation's coming to an end. I just need confirmation for the video that I thought I was going to make at the time that you did, in fact, watch my video before making your own. Because that would be taking my fucking research. That would literally be taking my information. You linked me your video. I saw it when you linked me. I'm not pretending I didn't see your video because I know I didn't steal points or research from you. I never linked, this part I forgot I did this at the time, but, and I say, oh damn, you got me there, so you did watch it, great. I don't remember sending that, but I guess I did. I forgot, this was like months before, right? So I didn't remember sending it to him, but, I don't remember sending that, but I guess I did. Yeah, when you sent me it, I watched it, which was in July, then I hit you up in August. Okay, but I still just don't get why you didn't credit me. Like, you've done it. I just keep going back. But hold on. I just wanna clarify something here. Yeah, when you sent me it, I watched it. Would you guys consider me sending him a video research? Would you guys not consider that? Because, like, do we have to go all the way back up to where he says... Where the fuck does he say it, man? Hold on. There he goes. You are deluded. Offer me research. I don't use it. But you did use it because I offered you research and you admit that you watched it. You took my research. You took my research. Like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, he's actually stupid. He's just contradicting himself time and time again in these DMs. Like, what the fuck? It's too easy. It's just too easy with this guy. Like, he's so dumb. he honestly makes Jake Paul look like he has 200 IQ. This is so stupid. Like, I'm 200 IQing this idiot, like within the same day. He doesn't remember what he's sending me. Okay, but I still don't get why you didn't credit me. Like, you've done it before, so why not this time? It would have been so simple. What do you want credit for? The Jordan Belfort podcast? You know how you credited Brittany Venti for compiling a bunch of clips of Asmongold's stream? You do realize that wasn't her content, right? And then he responds, that was because it was her original content. She literally just took Asmongold's stream and then clipped it. How is that original content? What the fuck? You don't own the Jordan Belfort podcast. And I respond, never said I did. However, using the exact same clips I did while making the exact same points after having watched my video is plagiarism. You are taking my work / ideas and using it as your own. That is the definition of plagiarism. Okay. No, I'm not. I did my own research and gave my opinion on the topic. Let me ask you a question. Did you record the clips from my video or the actual podcast? You were literally trying to claim my actual opinions as your own, and my own research, which I use in my video, even though he admits to not taking my research, but then taking my research. Strange. He also admits that he didn't know anything about Armani until he watched my video. And then he did research, but he didn't bring up any new information in his own video. He just brought up shit that I had already talked about. So I respond... Answer the question. Just answer the question. It's not a hard question. It's very simple. This is a yes or no. When I watched your video in July, I cut up the podcast clips and put them in my research folder because it was something I could talk about. Okay, so he did watch my videos and take the clips from my video and not like the fuck. So you fucking stole them. Oh my god, like he's so dumb. Okay, there we go. Thank you. But I also watched the full podcast. So you watched the full podcast, but only used the clips I made. So he went out, watched the entire podcast, and decided the only clips he was going to use from the podcast were the exact clips that I used. And we know they were the exact clips because he clipped them from my video. Okay. Yeah, he's probably from, well, actually, I don't know where the fuck he's from. I don't really care. So that I could get my own understanding of Armani. I used your clips because they were the best ones. Yeah, yeah. You know what? If the teacher, the professor really would have been like, I mean, like, what are you going to do? He used the best examples. Like... So you're saying all the clips that I used were just the best clips. You couldn't find anything else that would have made your points original in any way. Sick. I scanned the whole podcast myself too, but my video again is not plagiarism. You don't own Jordan Belfort's podcast. I never claimed I did. It's like you are trying to copyright strike me on content you don't even own. The way you are talking. Because them clips you don't own where seconds were seconds of an 11. Yo, what the fuck? How do you text? Like, how does he text like this? Celtic or Rangers? Rangers. Because I'm a Liverpool fan. I love Stevie G. He's my idol. I said you stole the clips, which were used to supplement my research and passed it off as your own. That's plagiarism. I don't know how many times I have to say that is plagiarism. Apparently a fucking million. But, I mean, he's just dull, I guess. I don't know. I watched the whole podcast myself. Like, I don't think he gets it. That doesn't matter when you only use the same clips I use to support the same arguments that I made. What the fuck is he talking about? I watched the whole podcast myself? Then why didn't you take the clips from the actual podcast and not from my video? Dude, why do you think I'm going to copyright strike you? You took the best clips. It's like you're taking a Joe Rogan clip and me taking one. And you claiming I'm copying you because we use the same podcast. That's crazy. It's not one. It's 5 or 6 clips that last for a decent length of time and are used to further points. Like, he's so hell-bent on the clips themselves. And I'm like, the problem is the clips are used as examples for the arguments that you're making. They support the arguments that you're making. And when you make the same argument as me and support that argument using the same example as me, that is where the problem is. And we know that you fucking got those arguments and those points from my video because you admit to watching it before you knew anything about Armani. Oh my God. This is so basic. It's so basic and he doesn't get it. Like, it's so sad. Uni students can all use, I'm assuming he means use the same sources. You use them to make the exact point I made. If you want to use that analogy, you got the inspiration into it from my video. Me and you use the same source, but our content is not the same. Dude. It's plain and simple. I mean, like, I at this point, I don't know what the fuck else to say. But then this is where he fucking like absolutely slays me, because he's the next little bit is gonna show how little he knows about what the fuck I'm like. He doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. Like, he doesn't get it. No, I didn't. That is a fucking lie. I got it from the FBI raids. And when I heard the news, I researched Armani myself because his house got raided, which I included. I mean, to talk about those points, they were clearly taken after watching my video. Like, he admits that he watched my video, which I posted over a month before the FBI raids even happened, and then he clipped certain aspects from my video and put them in his research file. So why the fuck is he saying he got inspiration from the FBI raids? He didn't know about Armani until he saw my fucking video that I sent him. Now I would honestly feel like it would be better for him to say, well, you sent me the fucking video, therefore I thought I was allowed to use it. However, that wouldn't even work as well because I never said you can use it without citing me. But it would be a better argument to make than this shit. Like, this is so stupid. Your video was so old, you wouldn't even have made that point. And you're calling me again, I'm not saying that you copied me on every single point in your video. Half of your video was about the FBI raids, which my video was not about. However, the other half of your video was directly copying my video. I'm not saying the whole video. Oh my God, I'm getting, like, in the moment, I was losing brain cells. But reading back, this is fucking dumb. Like, this guy's dumb. How the fuck does he have 1 million subs? Like, what the fuck? And you're calling me and my content stolen. Fucking crazy self-entitlement. Yes. It's self-entitlement is what it is. Yes. I'm the one that is self-entitled right now. Okay. Yes, I'm saying every single second of your video was plagiarism. Yes. Oh, hold on. Yes, I'm not saying every single second of your video was plagiarism. Just the part where you stole the clips and my research. You do realize that you've already admitted multiple times through these messages that you took my ideas and passed them off as your own. Look, buddy, I know it's late. Go get some sleep and we'll reconvene tomorrow. Because you have to remember, it's 11:30 p.m. my time. He lives in the UK. They are 5 hours ahead. And this motherfucker is still DMing me. Like, what? It's so sad. This is so sad. Rachel, when Kavos was a smaller channel, like 3 years ago, he hosted Drama Alert when Keemstar was gone. Keemstar's been shutting him out for a while, well before the I'm Alex shit. But this is just like it's just funny. And then he goes, no, I haven't at all. I've literally denied that completely. This topic was not your idea. You can't claim a topic. Oh my fucking... What, dude? What? You're so dumb, dude. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. When the FBI raids happened and Armani got raided, I looked into him and did my own research. That's what gave me the idea for the video. Okay, and then he goes this. He sends me all of these screenshots of videos are about Armani, right? And then he says, this is how you know this guy's a fucking moron. He says, if this is your standard for plagiarism, I hope you have also reached out to these creators who have all apparently used your topic. Can't just be one rule for me if that's your standard. Like, I first of all, none of these people have any sort of following. Like, I don't know if he holds himself to the same standards as people with like 200 fucking subscribers, but like, that's just sad. Second of all, this guy right here, Zeno, made this video 2 years ago. My idea to start researching Armani and actually look into him, I actually watched this guy's video, and that's how I found out about Armani. And I was going to make a video talking about this guy who was very cringy because I watched this guy's video a couple months before I made the Armani video. And his video has literally nothing to do with my video. He talks about how Armani is cringy and a bunch of other shit. He doesn't dive into Armani's criminal history. He only brings it up. He brings it up in a general sense. But when you dive into it much deeper, like I did, bringing up his actual criminal record, like I found his actual criminal record, and then he doesn't talk about the podcast, which was another big part about the podcast. And then I started talking about his affiliation with Jake Paul and all that other stuff, which is not Brent. Like, our two videos are completely different. On top of that, I DM'd the guy and we spoke because I wanted to know what because he and Armani had like some crazy ass DMs. Like Armani was DMing him like a motherfucker, like acting like a lunatic. So I messaged him when I was making the video, asking him like, what was your experience like with Armani? And then these other people, they're just talking about the FBI raid. They just talk about the FBI raid and how Armani has these past allegations. They don't bring up his previous criminal history like I did. They don't talk about how he actually went to prison for 2 years and how he's lying about it. They don't talk about they don't bring up the fucking Jordan Belfort podcast at all, or talk about his history with women. Like, they just talk about the FBI raid and how he has these accusations from women that, like, they don't even mention, which I mentioned, that he was acquitted of in court. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, dude, like, it's not the same, Law. Like, these videos aren't the same. They don't make the same points I make. I have no problem with these. Like, I've never said I own the topic. And then he responds the next day, and I remember when he responded, I was studying on campus, and he was like, yes, it is completely. Like, the fact that he's messaging me the next day, like, this is an entire day. Like, let's look at when these fucking DMs started. He DM'd me at 12:02 a.m. and then an entire day's worth of conversation with a YouTuber with less than 12,000 subscribers and whose video was not even at 1,000 views ended the day after. That is so pathetic, dude, that you continued to message me. Anyways, this is the last thing, and then we can end it. Yes, it is completely. That is what you're arguing. If this is the standard of your setting, I hope you have contacted all them YouTubers too. Anyway, I've said my thoughts. I'm done talking about it. Good luck with the rest of your career. Honestly, that wasn't sarcasm either. Just this isn't it. And I just didn't respond because I was like, what the fuck? Like, he's clearly done. You know what I mean? Like, I realized that Kavos is stupid very early on into our conversation. And so my whole entire goal was to keep him DMing me and make him just look stupider and stupider as he continued messaging me dumber and dumber shit. But I realized at this point he was over it. So I was like, all right. And then I never made the video because I got really busy with school at the time. I think it was midterms. And after that, it just kind of was like, I was going through midterms, and then it was like 2 weeks later, and it was like, I just didn't really give a fuck after that. But I thought, you know what? Since Kavos is such a degen, I thought I'd bring it back up again for the content, you know what I mean? So here it is.